gonna lie, I knew nothing about this film franchise when I first heard about Mad Max Fury Road, but now I'm very interested. Hello once again, watchers of good movies. My name is Nick Pell, and this is once again coming from my white room. And today I'm going to be talking about the film Mad Max Fury Road. This is a film starring Tom Hardy in the lead role as Mad Max himself. He is, from what I understand, a guy who is kind of just a survivor in this desolate wasteland of a post-apocalyptic world. And I know nothing about this character or this world going into it, so I may be missing a lot of obvious things, but that's just how it is. Tom Hardy does a fantastic job in the role in this film, and it's really a tribute to how well he can act, because for at least the first half of the film, he hardly says a word, and it's just all about his facial expressions and just his body language, and it's just really, really well done, I thought, and it's just something which really caught my attention in the film. It's just how well his thoughts and his actions were portrayed with just his physical actions and no vocal cues at all. Charlize Theron is also in this film. She kind of plays this rogue lieutenant person in this evil slave army thing, and she is a person who was taken as a child from her home, and she wants to get revenge or redemption for her actions. Charlize Theron, though, she does a really, really good job with her character, and it's in a role I haven't really seen her in before, and it was just a really cool portrayal of the character. She really fits into this post-apocalyptic world really nicely, and I really did enjoy the performance. One thing that this movie does, just right off the bat, is just throws you into this world with no context whatsoever, and you kind of just have to infer and decipher what is going on in a lot of situations in terms of who people are, why things are happening the way that they are, and it's kind of confusing at first, but I really did kind of start to appreciate that the film did not just do like a 5-minute prologue introduction to who everything is and what people are, and I did enjoy seeing that type of stuff. So like I said, it really thrusts you into the world. You see Max right off the bat, and he's just tossed into this whole system, and we have our movie, and it's just it's really, really cool to see how everything kind of plays out, because the film really doesn't explain anything for you. You just kind of have to figure stuff out. I think there's a comic book series based on this, but I don't know if having that knowledge would fill in a lot of gaps, or if it's a completely original story. I don't know, but I just know it was really, really well done. Nicholas Hoult is also in the film. I know him from Dead Bodies and X-Men, and that's about it. But he plays a really cool, crazy person for the first half of this film, and then before he becomes a little bit more sane. And I just really enjoyed his performance, because it was the most out-of-the-park performance I've seen of him thus far. I don't know if he's done other kind of crazy roles before, but I really, really enjoyed his character in this film and kind of the redemption arc that the guy goes through. And one thing that this film is really able to do is really make you feel for these characters, because like I said, it doesn't really tell you anything. You kind of have to just decipher it, and you see all their motivations for a lot of this film. The film starts out with Max getting kidnapped by this group of slavers, and then he's being used as a blood bank for Nicholas Hoult's character, and Nicholas Hoult's character is trying to find a reason to get to Valhalla, which is the afterlife. I don't know why it's a Nordic mythology that they're using, but it is. And then Charlize Theron's character is trying to save the wives of this slave ruler guy, who are all very, very gorgeous women, by the way. And just these three central characters, you really do start to figure out what they are all about and what drives them, and you really start to feel for these guys after about half an hour into the movie or so. And it's just a really cool thing that the film was able to do. That said, though, I would have kind of appreciated a small amount of background on the main bad guy in the film, some of his wives, especially the more prominent ones. Just other characters outside of the main three. I would have liked to have just a tiny bit of backstory, just so we could understand more or less why they're doing what they're doing and their history, but it doesn't really do that. So it's just a small thing that I really did prefer would it be in the film. The special effects, though, and the costumes and everything is just fantastic, though, in this film. I have no idea how much of it is CGI, how much is on site camera work. I don't know if they filmed in a desert or whatever, but it all looks fantastic in terms of everything that they did, and I was very impressed with a lot of the things that they were able to do in this desert environment, and the action shots. The action scenes are just phenomenal in this film. The first half hour alone is pretty much just one very long action shot, and just cars driving by and explosions and people dying in an instant. One thing I did enjoy about that, though, is that there wasn't like an excessive amount of blood and gore. We didn't see like heads being smashed or bodies crushed under tires and blood splattering everywhere. When that happened, like, it implied that people died and got run over, but never like showed an excessive amount of that stuff. And it's something that I kind of did appreciate for the film doing, because they could have easily gone the blood and gore route, but they didn't, and kept it kind of classy, and I really did appreciate that. Another neat thing that the film does, just kind of on occasion, is takes a look into Max's psyche in terms of things that he has done in the past, again, causing the audience to have to kind of infer what his visions and his non-existent illusions kind of are implying. And it's kind of a cool way to tell this guy's backstory without like going into a full-fledged flashback, revealing his past and how he came to become Mad Max on his own and a survivor in this world. It's just kind of a cool thing. If there is a sequel, I could see them diving a little bit more into that in detail, but I'm assuming it will be, because it's got like 99% Rotten Tomatoes right now. It's crazy. And then without giving anything away, I did really enjoy the ending to this film, because it kind of fit the character of Max in terms of what happens to him by the end of the film. I really did enjoy the ending. I thought it was very satisfactory, and it worked, again, causing the audience to kind of figure out on their own what is happening and why certain events are taking place. And I enjoyed that. I really like movies that are able to force the audience to figure out stuff on their own, but they do it in a way that doesn't confuse everybody. It's a neat thing to see happen in a film like this, and this is a film, when I first heard about it, I thought, okay, it'll be an okay action film, it probably won't have a great story or characters or character development or anything. It has all that. It has a fantastic plot. It has really good character development from all three of the main actors, and I just really did enjoy this film, Mad Max Fury Road. If you have not seen this yet, definitely check it out. No matter what kind of movie lover you are, if you are a fan of Pitch Perfect 2, go see that, and then go see Mad Max right after that, because it's just that good, and it's a film well worth your time to see. Those are my thoughts on Mad Max Fury Road. I really did enjoy it, but let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Did you like it as much as I did? Did you hate it more than I did for some reason? Let me know. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. Once again, if you so choose, I'd appreciate it immensely. And as always, merry people, my name is Nick Pell, and once again, keep on watching.